Good evening and welcome. This is Honors Physics with Mr. Post. I'm located in D200 and we meet period 7 for honors. It's a nice intimate group. I've got 12 students right now and I'm looking to add a couple more. Hopefully I'm trying to build the group up to about 15 to 16. That's like the ideal size. Just some quick background on me. I am a graduate of Bucknell University, Ray Bucknell, and I have been a mechanical engineer in the past 20 years with Train Company, but I've been teaching for 8 years. This is my third year at Columbia High School. I live right here in South Orange, and I love teaching. I also enjoy swimming. I coached the South Orange Dolphins a number of years ago. I like astronomy. I like robotics. In fact, I'm the advisor to the robotics club here at CHS. I like music, and I am kind of a low-key Star Trek fan, so nerd alert. Why I teach physics? Well, I love working with the kids. I love watching them discover things as we go along, and I like to show them how nature works. How does the world work? I like to continue my education and learn new things and then share that with the kids. I challenge myself to bring current events into the classroom and relate them to physics. And physics is just awesome. So what is physics? Well, it's the study of everything that's not alive. That's biology, right? But physics is the study of everything else. Motion, forces, energy, electricity, magnetism, sound and light and waves, and just how does the world work. I like to say, if you know the rules of a game, you enjoy the game, watching it, playing it, whatever. But if you understand the rules of nature, you're going to enjoy living in nature. You're going to enjoy life because you understand it better. So here are the big topics we do this year. We do everything in one-dimension motion. That's called kinematics. We do the laws of motion according to Isaac Newton. Projectile motion, that's two-dimensional motion. Circular motion, universal gravitation, impulse, momentum, energy, electric charge, electric force, and then in the springtime we have a lot of fun with waves, and we experiment with designing devices to protect an egg, and we go off of the building. It's a lot of fun. Here's my grading policy. I heavily weight tests, quizzes, and labs. That's where the rubber meets the road, and that's where students have to show that they have mastered the material. And this is where they shine. Now, in order to get the students prepared for that, we do classwork, so I'm going to weight that somewhat, 10%. And then homework and class participation, they are going to show up. If students are doing their homework, if they are participating in class, all of that shows up in their tests and quizzes. If they miss a homework here and there, it's not going to hurt the grade very much. It's 5%. So what I tell students is do your homework, participate in class, get excited about it. This will show up in your grades for your tests and your quizzes and your labs. About late work. Now, late work, I understand there are some circumstances where things can be late, and if I talk to a student about it, we can work out a plan. But if work is late consistently, I've got to take some points off. It says 10% here. I think that I'm going to bump that down to 5%. 5% per day, and then it won't go any lower than 55% if the student does the work. At some point, though, the value of doing that work diminishes because we're on to another topic, right? So doing something that we did last unit is not of that great value. So I tell the kids, don't do any zeros. If you do a 0, that means you didn't do any work at all, and that's going to hurt your grade the most. So never, ever, ever do a 0. How can you be involved? Well, ask your kids, what's going on in physics? How can I help? You have any test quizzes coming up? Now, if you want to get involved so you know what's going on, then join my Canvas class as an observer. Then you will know what assignments are coming up. And finally, check PowerSchool every week or two. The grades get synced, right? So once the grades get done in Canvas, they will get transferred over to PowerSchool about 1 day later. So scientists, I introduce the names of scientists, who's who in science and what they're doing right now today. Prominent scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson definitely ties this in with current day. Makes things topical, makes things inspirational. And finally, this is my Canvas page. If you look on the left-hand side, you will see the modules. Okay, that's how the course is laid out in modules. If you click on that, most recent modules will show up at the top. For example, Module 1, we're just finishing up, and then we're moving into Module 2, Acceleration. Additional modules will appear as we go, and I'll push those to the top. Also available on the left navigation here is grades. So when you click on the grades, you can see what's going on for the marking period, and those same numbers will then get transferred over into PowerSchool about 1 day later. That's it. I want to thank you for joining me for Back to School Night, and if you need to reach me, the best is email rpost@somsd.k12.nj.us. Have a terrific evening.